Hey guys, how's it going? My name is always and welcome back to Project Ozone 2. In the last episode, we were working with Project E getting the Energy Condenser Mark II, which has allowed us to make a bunch of singularities, which are all in here. These are all the ones I have so far, but oh my gosh, does it require a ton of EMC. So it's kind of slowed down. I've gotten to get more bedrockium a couple of times at this point, and it's kind of expensive on EMC, but we are steadily making progress towards the wand of animation, which is going to make our lives a lot easier, and the, well, infinity catalyst. Now, I did some math. I know it's awful. But in order to make the infinity ingots that we're going to need and the infinity catalyst that we're going to need for the wand of animation, we are going to need a grand total of, 45 of these catalysts. That's pretty awful. It means we need 45 of these singularities, and they are an absolute pain to make. At this point, anyways. So I've been working on those, and just some of the things are easy. Some of the things, I'm going to take all this bedrockium. Lots of bedrockium, right? We are at like 10,000. I'm going to put a stack. And that gave us a total of like 1,000 emerald blocks. So that's going to require so many stacks of bedrockium. I've also been doing like emeralds themselves, but like this isn't that many emeralds. I mean, we need what about? We need about 30,000 more blocks. That is about 270,000, right? My math right? Seems right. So it's a lot of emeralds. So it's gonna take a while. So in the meantime, while we're kind of waiting around, I am getting more neutronium. We have 90. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. We have 95 neutronium ingots, which is really, really nice. We can start making a couple more of the compressors, which we can then use for other things. We can use them for making blocks of things, and we can basically use them to make more things. But because eventually we're going to want basically a neutronium compressor and an energy condenser for all of the singularities. It's going to take some time to get to that point, but that is kind of the ideal. Now, we're only going to need what? 24 neutronium ingots each. We need 4 ingots worth. So that's 24 times 4. That's 24, 48. We only need like one more neutronium ingot, and we'll have all that we need for the infinity ingots. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. Now, in the quest book, we have not much left to do. We're pretty close to being done with a lot of the easier stuff, but we need to make things like the redstone singularity, which we have. I need to make sure it detects all this stuff. We're going to get reward bags for these, so we're going to go ahead and go through these as much as we can. Next is, let's see, lead, nickel. Let's just take all of these. And that completed all those quests. And then we're going to do reverse order. And perfect. So that got us up to diamond singularities. We can claim all these rewards. It's going to be great. We're going to have a bunch of reward bags to open. And we can kind of go from there. So, yeah, 11 legendary reward bags. That's gonna be hopefully nice. Hopefully we can get some really good things from this, so we're gonna go for it. So today's episode, by the way, we are going to start looking into more Draconic Evolution stuff. There's a lot of things we can do with that I think will be a little bit better. And in fact, let's go ahead and let's get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stacks of draconium in here, smelting up and turned into blocks. Because we have to do it that way. anyways, we have 11 legendary reward bags. Let's go ahead and open those up. Mana lenses, don't care. Charge porter and a portable teleporter. That's kind of cool, but also don't really care. Lily pads, artifact golden armor, a beacon. Some of these are okay, but mostly these are all kind of boring. Advanced bin, a golden apple, some Zavicia leggings. That's kind of nice. That has confusion protection, which okay. Security desk and a ME security terminal, a fleeting stone, and a teleporter. Alright, none of that was all that great. Oh well. So, yeah, what are we going to do? We're going to get into dragons. So if we look at the quests that we have left, we have the imaginary time block, which in order to get this, we are going to need compressed Gaia. We might do that today. We'll see. We're also going to need the solar panel, which requires an infinity star. That is something we can definitely go ahead and do soon-ish, but that's going to require a lot of EMC. So if I can avoid it, I'd like to. This stuff is expensive. I don't want to do it yet. So Draconic Evolution. So the first thing I want to start looking into is Reapers. So we need mob souls. Actually, no, that's not the first thing I want to do. First thing I want to do is make the Wyvern Sword. So Sword of the Wyvern is actually not too bad to make. We're going to need, what, we're going to need 5 Draconic cores. I've got things set up. I went ahead and set up the cows in the last millennium so that we can automatically make this stuff. The glowing Magnoloy is not going to be too much of an issue. It does require a lot of power, but we have a ton of power coming in. That's not even really draining. These guys sorta are, but not really. I mean, we have a ton of RF and just waiting. So that shouldn't be too bad. I went ahead and made a bunch of blue gems and the Magnoloy. Yeah, whatever the stuff is called. I call it Mangaloy. Close enough. I made a bunch of that just to kind of have it, and we'll live with that. So we're gonna need a diamond sword for this thing, and while our sword is really good, we want this for another reason, and I'll get to that soon enough. So once we have the Draconic cores, we can deal with that. We are going to need a diamond sword, which is easy enough to make. And eventually, hopefully here soon, we'll be able to upgrade this stuff. That won't be too much of an ask either. So the big thing with this is we need the Reaper enchant. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up our enchanting table. And no, we're not going to worry about that. We're actually just going to make a couple of mana pylons. So these things are really nice. I think 2 is going to be enough. We might need 3, but we'll see. So what's so special about a mana pylon? Well, if we try to enchant something, we're going to need some books. Let's get rid of that. Book. We have a handful of books. So if we try to enchant something, we're going to have like level 1s, level 5s, level 7s. Typically you need to put bookshelves nearby. Well, mana pylons also work. There's a few other things that work. There's a couple of things from Draconic Evolution that work. But all the pylons from Britannia are the best individually. So that's what we're going to go with. And now we need 30 levels. Smite, that's awful. And we're just going to kind of do this manually. We could make, and this is definitely a possibility, an auto enchanter. That is something that's, I mean, I'm pretty sure we already have one. Yeah, we already have 3 actually. So the thing with these is we can put level 30s, but the problem is we need to fill it with I don't actually know if it Oops. I keep breaking everything. It's awful. I think... Let's see if we just do insert. Haha, so that does work. It can only do max level 8. So if we put these guys nearby, does it recognize it? It does. Okay, cool. And then we can have the extract and eject from wherever we want, but this is a little bit easier. Hey, Reaper 4. That's pretty good. That's kind of what we wanted. And we have all these enchanted books now. We can do with them what we want. Efficiency, looting, projectile protection, efficiency, knockback, smite. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. So we have a lot of books that are really cool. But what we want is the Reaper enchantment. I can't remember if Reaper goes up to level 4 or if 4 is the max or 5 is the max. So let's get like this many more. We have plenty of stuff. So Silk Touch, Unstable, Silk Touch, Power, Looting, Projectile Protection. There's another Reaper 4. That is solid, just Reaper 4. And we're out of stuff. So we'll stop with that for now. So here is the question. If we put all these back, is Reaper 4 the highest, or can we have Reaper 5? We can have Reaper 5. So let's put those together. We need 13 levels. Or 10 levels, I guess. Perfect. So we have a Reaper 5, Fuel Efficiency 3. I don't think the fuel efficiency really matters. But what we can do now is we can go ahead and make this guy. And... really? Man, this is slow. We really should speed this up, but I don't know that it's really going to make much difference. These are already pretty quick. So... I mean, we could add, this is reinforced, so we could add a couple of speed upgrades to it. Let's go ahead and try. So, do we have any augments? Yes, we do. Alright, let's take both of those. These are speed augments, so we'll see if this helps. If I can remember where to go. And that seemed to help a little bit. Okay, so with that taken care of, I mean, we could take out the redstone, but we can't use the next tier unless we upgrade that guy, so not gonna matter. Anyways, we should be able to make... Nope, not that. Should be able to make the Wyvern core. And you know what? Let's go ahead and make another Draconic core, so that we can teach the system how to make the Wyvern cores. I think that would be a good thing to know. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and make our Sword of the Wyvern. Perfect. So we're going to keep our normal sword. I think I'm just going to store it in the bag. But the big thing with this is just we want the Draconic Evolution swords because, one, we can charge it up pretty quickly. It holds 1,000,000 RF. Not bad for now, but this is where I have to go into the controls and look at Draconic Evolution. It's supposed to be C. And crafting grid. Nope. Still something else conflicting. I could change it to something else, but C is honestly that's the default. So it's typically what I'm gonna want. That should be fine. Cool. There we go. Now we can look at the Sword of the Wyvern. It has an attack AoE. We can change that to whatever we want. Max to 3x3. It's going to be either 1x1 or 3x3. But then the item actually has an inventory that we can add. Oh, great. Can we take the Disenchanter, put it down, and grab a book, cost 2, haha, there we go. So it can't have the combined stuff, but now we should be able to put Reaper 5 on our sword, and it acts like it has Reaper 5. That's exactly what we want, and that will work just fine. So what we can do is let's go, well, I mean, that's tempting. You know, I don't really care about these cows. And we got a soul. In fact, we have 5 souls in total. The fluid cows are a little weird with the souls because they definitely flash constantly. What was I doing here? Oh, right, the berry bushes. I couldn't remember. They definitely flash a lot. And so it's something to kind of keep in mind. It is a little bit, yeah, not good. Not good for your eyes. But there is some souls. I want that bag. And for the time being, let's go ahead and drop off these bags. So yeah, we can now get mob souls whenever we want. And we can do a couple of things with these. So the big thing that we need to do is make the resurrection stone. So we're going to need like a bunch of wyvern core, wyvern cores, which we should be able to teach the system how to make. And we'll put that in here. So if we want the resurrection stone, we're going to need 4 wyvern cores. So let's get that going. And anything we need, we can just easily acquire. I do want to grab a blue gem and a Magnaloy out, just so that we know for a fact that we have them. We'll put them in here. Alright, so we'll just throw that stuff in there for right now. And we just gotta wait. So, we'll get the resurrection stuff. We got the Reaper. So we're gonna take, let's take the middle reward bags today. That is a good one. Let's turn our magnet back on. And what do we get? Spawn Creeper Boss Pluto. I think I will pass on that. Okay, so that is definitely a thing. So what else do we need? We need the resurrection ritual. We're never actually going to do the resurrection ritual because there's no real reason for us to. It's not something we care about. Now we need 12 of these. How do I make, I don't remember. So we need the pillared quartz. How do I make that again? Oh. So we need 12 of these, I do believe. Wait, what? I mean, I could just chisel it. So we need that many. So that is done, and we can get rid of that. Okay. So now we just need to make the resurrection stone, and that will give us access to, well, making the resurrection stone and completing that quest, which typically you'd use that to resurrect the dragon. But we have another way to kill more dragons, which I think it's time for us to go ahead and do. So this is going to require a ton of power and can be very dangerous, but we're going to be smart about this. So we have plenty of power in here. We have a dragon dimlet. We need to create it. It's going to take a ton of power to do that. And it's going to take some time as well, it would appear. So these guys are draining power. This is saying it's not losing power, but that's a lie. But maybe it's not overall. But we need to get this dragon dimlet made. And that's going to take some time. That's going to take some power. I think I should probably sleep whenever it becomes night. Oh, great. I don't think we can. No. So I'll have to keep an eye on how much power we have because I don't want to run out. But yeah, we can go to the... We made a dragon dimlet, and we can go to it. You know what? Actually... We have time, effect, mob. We have some other things. So, hold up. If we look in here, we have some special stuff. You gotta remember which set of things it's in. Special. So, efficiency. Maintenance cost is way down, but the beginning is a little bit more. So if we put that in there, store it, it brings it down to like 4 million RF per tick. I think we can handle. I don't know if that was better or worse, to be perfectly honest. Whoops, I don't know. Who cares? Dragon dimlets. So we can start making this again. This is probably going to lose power, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and grab, let's see, some Terra Steel and some Gaia Spirits. And let's go kill the boss a couple times. So 1, 2, 3. Do we have any more? No. Okay. So let's rearrange some stuff. We're going to want this. This does 32 attack damage. This does 20 plus 10% mob health. Do we have a sharpness book? Enchanted. Let's see, looting. Power. So we have looting 3. We can grab that. That would be fine. Alright, so we don't... So I think it's time we make one. Let's get a book and quill. So that is a book, a feather, and a ink sac. We can go right here. And what do we need for sharpness is quartz. So let's just get a stack of quartz. We're probably going to need like 30 levels or so. So let's get like 40, 50, whatever. Doesn't matter. And then we can just add both of these to our sword. Alright, cool. So our sword is even more powerful. Let's see, we can put this away. We have a witherless rose, that's good. We have our crossbow. I wish we had better armor. Zavicio. Let's see, night vision saturation. Poison protection, speed increase. We could switch these out. How does that feel without the speed belt? Oh, that's pretty good. I think that's good enough. So we can deal with getting a bunch of... Right, but we can't fly. That's okay. Once we get in here, we don't need to. Because there's something with the speed that messes up the flight. It's weird. I don't understand it, but who cares? So we have no knockback. We have Gaia Spirit Ingots. We can summon this, and I will turn the music down. Ambient environment, I guess. Hostile creatures. See if that helps. So... Alright, we have the Sword of the Wyvern. We'll see how well this does. We can't shoot this guy. Unfortunately. Because, it doesn't work that way. Arrows and stuff just ricochet off of him. Where'd he go? Hey. This isn't too bad. We're actually doing pretty good. Other than we're going to run out of power. I didn't realize that. I didn't think about that. Oh my gosh. Why'd you teleport? There we go. We're going to have to do this a few times. So we're going to probably want to make a capacitor next. That's not too difficult. He's still taking decent damage. Not really. Alright, let's get out of there. I got a Pixie Soul, which is kind of cool. Alright, so there we go, back to doing damage. And at some point, like... Oh, I'm so mad about that. At some point, he should be... Yeah, doing this. And when he does this, we can use our crossbow. And... kill everything. Honestly, we're strong enough. Doesn't matter too much. Alright. Sheep, you might want to get out of the way. Are you done yet? Nope. I find it funny that the really soft, calming music is now playing. Come on. Just die already. Where's he at? Where is he at? Okay, he's over here. There we go. He's dead. So we need to put basically all the bags. We have some trophies. Let's see, we have a mob spirit of the pixie, mob soul rather. 16 Gaia spirits from one fight. Not too bad. We can put most of this stuff away. And let's go ahead and roll the dice of fate. I don't know that we have anything else to get still, but whatever. So before we do anything else, let's head back home. We're going to make a capacitor so that that's a little bit easier to do. We can just use the sword, and then eventually we will upgrade the sword to awakened. if we don't run out of power and all that stuff first. So that will make things a little bit better. So how are we doing on power down here? Apologies for the motorcycle in the background. If you guys can hear that. Ooh, we are like out of power. That's only like 20% done, so we might not get to dragons today, which is a shame, to be honest. Alright, so we can probably make the resurrection stone at this point. We just need a block of draconium, which I happen to have 64 now, so boom. Resurrection stone. That should be a quest. And we have to kill the revived end dragon. Okay. So you know what? We'll do that. Let's... what do we want? Let's grab our speed. Switch these around. And this should be pretty easy to do. Let's see. Let's organize our inventory a little bit. We want to put this away. And I want to see... Let's see. We're going to need pillars. We're going to need diamond blocks. Where is... Let's get our Draconic tablet. Because this tells us the whole thing. How to resurrect the dragon. So it is a nice little section down here near the bottom called Ritual Draconic Resurrection. So we need 4 glowstone, 4 obsidian, 4 charged draconium, and 12 quartz. Okay. So for these, glowstone times 4, obsidian also times 4. Let's put that away. I will clear that out later. In fact, I'm going to put this in here as well. Alright, and then we need draconium times 4. Now, here's the other question. So, how bad is a capacitor? Draconic Evolution capacitors, we're going to need 4 wyvern cores. So let's go ahead and make those. It's going to take some time, but it shouldn't be that bad. Shouldn't be that awful. Alright, so this should be like powered up again. At least decently well. And we can get all this stuff charged pretty quickly. The charged draconium takes a ton of RF, just FYI. How are we doing on this, by the way? We still have plenty, it's just gonna take a while. I'll need to AFK a long time on here. So let's go ahead and store some levels, eat some food, and I think it's time for us to head into the end. We will go ahead, and there's a couple things. So one, there is a meteor right there. Have I grabbed the draconium out of it? Does not look like... Yes, I did. Some of it anyways. So we're going to take care of the dragon. This should be very easy with the sword we have. We just need to find a nice spot to do this. We will lose all of the blocks, which kinda is a bummer, but we need a 3x3. And then it is... let's see. Cardinal directions. Glowstone. Resurrection. And then it is... It doesn't matter how the pillars are, but let's see, we'll do 2 blocks. And then something like this. Make it look nice, because why not? It's going to destroy most of the stuff in here. FYI. And finally, charge Draconium. Alright, cool. So all we need to do now is right click that. It does this whole big thing. And there's the Ender Dragon. Typically that takes a little bit longer time. Because of it usually takes a little bit longer time because of the oh, what is it? The crystals have to reform and all that stuff. But that was really quick. We have a dragon heart and we can go home. Cool. So I'm not even gonna go through the portal. Let's just go home. And that is a way to get more dragon hearts, but it's honestly not really worth it. It's kind of a pain. And get rid of all this stuff. So we have another dragon heart. We could make more draconic cores. In fact, I might go ahead and tell the system to make like 100 of those. Just while it's kind of doing things. We have 2 of the wyvern cores. So I'll put the dragon heart in there. We can use it to get more awakened draconium, which means we can get more nether stars if we want, or we can work on getting more, getting the infinity catalyst. We're gonna need a total of, like I said, 45 infinity catalysts. So that is 45 awakened draconium. But that's only what 10, 11, 12 dragon hearts. So that's not awful. We can definitely manage that. So we have a bunch of levels again. Let's go ahead and open up our quest book. So we did this. Let's take the middle right one. And now it wants us to kill the Chaos Guardian. I don't really want to do that. That's gonna not be fun. We get a bunch of chance isohedrons and some other stuff. Okay, cool. So what else do we have in this quest line? We have the Staff of Power. The Staff of Power is really, really good. But it does require a bunch of awakened draconium. We could probably make the Draconic Sword if we wanted to. That's not overly expensive in terms of like awakened draconium. We require probably about a block, but for right now it's not that big of a deal. So we can get rid of the resurrection stuff. So can we make almost? So we are going to need the resonant flux capacitor as well. So let's go ahead and start working on that. So we're going to need the redstone alloy. That should not take long. There's a capacitor. We need the electrotine alloy. There's that leadstone flux duct, flux capacitor, not flux duct. So then we need, let's just make like 30 of those. We're going to need electrotine for all this stuff. We're also going to need a tin gear. So let's get some tin. And who cares if we have extras? It doesn't really matter whatsoever. And we'll get that going. Can we repair our Zavicio armor? We have 31 ingots. Let's see. No. We can turn it into dark plate armor and battle suit, which we already have. We can. Oh, we can. Washing machine. These things are actually useful for something. by the way. We'll put it right over here. Let's get some detergent. Or what is it called? Soap. Super soapy water. We'll take off our armor. And what we can do, put that in there. Put the soapy water in there. And start it. And this will automatically repair our Zavisio armor. No problem. So I'll just let that run. Do we have what we need for this guy? Yes. Hardened flux capacitor. Next is redstone. And then resonant. And then draconic. Wyvern, whatever. So with that, we have the Wyvern Flux Capacitor will take the middle. We also have already made the Charm of Relocation. Dislocation, same difference, which we've had for a while now. We can finally claim a reward. We have 2 good reward bags on this. And we got some more soapy water, just in case we needed it. So, this will take a while, but I will tell you guys what. I'm going to go ahead and end the episode off here. I'm going to continue working on getting a ton of resources and EMC so that we can get more and more and more and more singularities. Yeah, all that bedrockium, and that's as much as we got. Emeralds, let's just take a bunch of emeralds. Each one of these is only 7 blocks though, so whoops, not very much. Anyways, I'm going to continue working on getting EMC and all that fun stuff. And I've considered, by the way, cows. We could use cows in a similar setup to this to make emerald blocks and potentially even diamond blocks if I have some good fluid cows, if I can find some good ones. But it's not something that I think I'm going to end up doing. Also, we get free buckets from that. So it's just kind of a matter of waiting around for more stuff. We do have a ton of things in here that we can kind of cycle through. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go kill the Gaia Guardian a bunch of times, get a bunch of stuff, specifically the Gaia Guardian, like the Gaia Ingots and the blocks of compressed Gaia, because we're going to need those for a couple of things, including the Spirit Ingots for the Catalyst, and we'll need the compressed Gaia for the imaginary time block. That's about all we needed for right now. We'll eventually need to make it for the transmutation tablet, but we're not quite ready to make that yet. As you can see, that does take a couple of infinity catalysts and a bunch of infinity stars. It's pretty awful, but it's something we can start working towards soon-ish. But I think next time what we're going to do is continue working towards the Dragon Dimlet. Seriously? The Dragon Dimlet, and yeah, finishing whatever quest we can find in here. We could probably make the Wyvern armor, and then we could start setting up more Awakened Draconium, get more of that, and go from there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!